guys. Hey, Elisa Casada. I know. See, now you guys know who is always late. It's always Kaz. I'm just making a note of it, and Kaz is probably sleeping. Hey, Aussie True Crime. So, how many of you guys have seen the full Michael Vaughan Pressie that went out a couple days ago? It could have been yesterday. I'm so hot that I don't even know what today is, to be honest with you guys. Has any Kaz, come on, girl. I didn't want to bother you. See, look at but it is her fault that I'm always late, just so you guys know. I was right on time today. You saw the whole thing, Elisa? Yeah, I was kind of bothered by it. So I think we should watch it and talk about it. Because I don't know who knew, but I had not heard that it was actually a criminal case with persons of interest. Kazaboo. Yes, that was kind of bothersome. We're going to watch it though. I'm going to wait like maybe 2 more minutes. Yep. I don't know, guys. And when they went down on the time frame that he went missing, that's even more confusing to me. Kazi, I know you should have been up like 52 minutes ago. I also think that JD Huff is definitely aging since the Michael Vaughan case. Okay, let's go ahead and start it. Tell me if you guys can hear it, okay? Yep, here comes Mama. Grandpa with the little sister. But you notice how they walk up real distant, but then they get real close while they sit there? Mm. Okay, let me shut up for a minute. Can you guys hear it okay? Hmm. Hang on. Kaz, you got your earbuds in this morning? I'm only kidding. Hang on. Share. Share audio. Well, now let me go to the window. Okay. Hang on. All right. How is this? How's that? Do you hear it? Hey, Julian. Can you guys hear this time? If not, I'm going to have to share my whole screen. Okay. Let's go. Take three, guys. Here we go. How's this, guys? All right, I got to share my whole screen, so we're good. I'm just going to mic down on my mic cord.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to start out by thanking you guys for showing up. I apologize for the short notice on this and moving this up in our schedule. but we identified some travel conflicts and some other commitments that weren't going to allow some of our partners to be here today. So they wanted to be here today. It was important for everybody to make it on this.
Woodman, what are you doing?
You really had to have me add you and interrupt the stream. You could have just jumped in here, Kazaboo Boo. Okay, back to the recording.
Anniversary of Michael's disappearance, and so I appreciate you for indulging us and moving this up in your schedules as well. So I quickly want to recognize the Fruitland Police Department, the men and women of our department, as our staff continues to work tirelessly to keep this department moving forward as we continue to investigate Michael's case. So their loyalty and courage and tenacity.
But let me stop real quick and say that Chisme is actually on a search right now at a pond looking for a route that maybe Christy took. So she might be popping up too, Cass. So if she does, I cannot see the screen, so you're going to have to let her in, okay?
Yeah, she's live at the moment.
Yeah, she's going to take the link. She's going to come over here with the live. Like, she's got a BB gun and magnets and a cane with a taser on it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I love Chisme. Okay.
Clearly unmatched. And it's a privilege to lead and work with these people every day. I just wanted to introduce some of my partners. As I've done in the past, our partnerships haven't changed. I'd like to introduce Supervisory Agent in Charge Doug Hart with the FBI, Captain Matt Sly with the Idaho State Police, Chief Gary Marshall with the Payette City Police Department, Sheriff Andy Creech with the Payette County Sheriff's Office, and Mark Sullivan with the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue. We also have with us today the family of Michael Vaughan. We've got Brandy Neal, Tyler Vaughan, and Bob Vaughan.
I am going to keep stopping it because I'm telling you, the body language is so bizarre to me on her that I can't even understand it. Hi, the true beautiful soul. Have you seen this interview yet, Kaz?
No, I haven't. This is the first time I've seen it.
I mean, I get it. The kid's missing. I don't know what's going on. If they're having problems, I mean, that could cause any strain on any relationship, in my opinion, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But like they walk out so distant, and she's like so down. But then when they stand together, it was almost like a pre-plan on where to go, where to stand, how to do this. And watch on the interview now. They will not go there again, showing them until one part, and I think it might be where he takes the little girl to a change of diaper or a bathroom or something.
Okay.
And listen to the new evidence and the time frame. Hang on. I got the windows blowing, guys. It's like 90 degrees here, and I don't do well over 70. So if I pass out or don't come back, Kaz, you got this. I was actually thinking about climbing into the refrigerator for a little bit.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay. But I just like when she walks out, her head's down, she's far behind. I get it. It's been a year. Where is your child? But this interview just made me like, oh, something so off. And I wish they would tell us a little more after hearing this.
And Bug. So it's nice to have them here with us today. So since the evening of July 27th, 2021, the Fruitland Police Department, the Idaho State Police, the FBI, law enforcement agencies, and law enforcement agencies across the country have investigated the disappearance of 5-year-old Michael Vaughan. We haven't stopped. Every day we have unfinished business, and I'll tell you that every day is an anniversary of the disappearance from Michael Vaughan for us. Law enforcement, the families of law enforcement, and our community. Our investigation remains intense and strong. So I want to take a moment to just kind of cover some significant aspects of the case to provide some context for those who aren't completely familiar with our case or those might be.
And Kaz, I really can't see chat. I'm watching on my phone, but I can't. If you, I'm watching on my phone. If you want to say something or stop it, or you see something you want me to stop it, just go beep.
Okay.
Okay.
Jumping in a little bit later. A lot of it I've covered in prior press conferences, but I wanted to cover it again today. So Michael Joseph Vaughan was last seen at his residence on Southwest 9th Street at approximately 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, July 27, 21. Law enforcement received the first call by 911 at 7:21 p.m., and we began an immediate search of the area. And I should note that law enforcement across the country receives these type of calls every year. Numerous calls like this, we call them wander-offs, and they conclude, but after finding the child safely with friends or family, and clearly it's typically a breakdown in communication. So you need to know the first missing and endangered alert went out at 8:20, with different alerts to email, phone calls, text messages being issued to area residents until 11:20 that night. Michael's image and information went out to law enforcement nationwide on a database called the National Crime Information Center, or NCIC. And Michael's also been entered into the State of Idaho Missing Person Clearinghouse and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The Fruitland Police, Payette Police, and Payette County deputies and citizens searched through the night until support arrived the following morning. The ensuing response was immense. We had over 100 law enforcement officers from federal, state, and local agencies, including the FBI Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team, along with trained search teams, converge on our small city of Fruitland. Our physical search efforts were conducted by experts from the Idaho Fish and Game, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, both Fruitland and Sand Hollow Fire Departments, multiple law enforcement agencies, and coordinated citizen searchers. The search included over 200 residential homes, properties including outbuildings, a septic tank, garbage cans, vehicles, irrigation ditches, and drain canals.
Forgive me for saying this, but haba.
He has
I mean, to
aged,
know that.
hasn't he?
So, this is why at the end, when I tell you guys my feelings again, I'm telling you after this interview, it so makes sense. Because they have video surveillance, the man jogging, which we'll listen to the video, but if I don't think there is any video of him wandering in the neighborhood whatsoever. I mean, they looked all night, they were out, and if he was not gone as long as they thought, and they were out there, like, how far can he go in boxers, a t-shirt, and Crocs? It's just,
and not being seen.
And not being seen by anyone. Like, why wouldn't you share that? That's definitely important. Another part of this video that bothers me is why they do not show the man that they have not spoken to yet, that was walking by the splash pad, walking, and only a still image. People need to see how he walks, the stance.
Yes, I agree with that.
All right, so let's continue.
Trained search teams and law enforcement, along with specialized canine teams from across the country, searched over 3,000 acres of farm ground, along with areas surrounding the city and out into the county. Sophisticated drones, boats with sonar, boats with canines, kayaks, paragliders. I would say that if we could have dammed the Snake River, we would have.
I love when he said that.
With the help of residences and businesses, we were able to retrieve hours and hours of security camera video, and we continue to reference that video while working on our leads. So let's talk about since the disappearance of Michael. When I tell you our investigation has been intense and daily, I can assure you that it has been. Since the disappearance, detectives and investigators across the country have logged tens of thousands of man-hours to bring this case to conclusion. We've gathered an immense amount of data and continue to work through it with experts from several.
Why did he say to conclusion? Conclusion means to finish, the end. Why did he say conclusion? That's a strange word to use.
Yeah, wait till you hear. There's more he's going to say. I mean, when he pops in that it's a criminal investigation, persons of oh wait, Kaz, this is he says things without saying things.
Yeah, because that's a very strange word to use.
Absolutely. I've got notes here, and I'm going to send you a picture of my notes after the live and show you how neat they are. But yes, this is
not on a paper towel this time.
No, it's on a notepad. How do you see? Do you guys see how mean she is? She abuses me.
Oh, leave me alone. I've had a shocking week.
And of course, you got little gorgeous Elisa Casado agreeing with you.
I know. Thank you, sweetheart.
She won't be able to get out the door. Her head's going to be too big. But well, yeah, he's going to go over everything, and of course, then we're going to go look at the pictures of the people that are still looking for.
Yeah, it's just a strange.
Oh, there's more, Kaz. Wait, get your little pen ready, because he's going to mention things that are absolutely. I was shocked when I listened to this. I had to listen to it 3 times, then record it and put it on my desktop and watch it again. You ready?
I'm ready.
Agencies.
Just finished my first coffee.
Served over 27 search warrants, but that may seem low. But I'm telling you that we've also performed, probably triple that in mutual consent type searches. So the search warrant and consent searches we've performed have yielded high volumes of data, and search warrants are still being written today. The data requires expertise from law enforcement partners, and this takes a lot of time to decipher. We continue to use all of our investigative resources, to include that of the Idaho State Police and our friends at the FBI. Further, the Idaho State Police and the FBI have assigned investigators to work specifically with the City of Fruitland Police Department on this case, and our partnership is healthy and strong. We continue to call upon the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue teams with their specialized canine units, and we've received some recent leads that have put us out in the area again, searching more acreage. And I can't thank them enough for what they've done for us. On a moment's notice, they're jumping and running for us. Although unsuccessful with these searches, we can't stop, and we appreciate the continued support from all of our members. And I would tell you that the number of acres searched will continue to grow. So in our efforts to develop a detailed timeline of events leading up to Michael's appearance, we've processed over 1,000 leads. So we've cleared many of these leads, but not all have been cleared because some require assistance from out of state, more investigators, and probably more importantly, just time to work these things through to make sure we can bring each lead to a conclusion. This process is exhaustive and it takes a lot of time, and we believe someone out there will ultimately provide us with some information that'll help us solve this case. It's important to note that as we continue to refine our timeline, we now believe that Michael disappeared in a smaller window of time, and that's probably between the time of 6:40 p.m. and 7 o'clock.
Okay. Now we're down to 20-minute timeline where he is completely out the door, gone, yelling for him, going out looking, and the kid is just absolutely nowhere to be found.
Yeah. 20 minutes is a very short period of time.
For a kid that wanders off, I mean, unless the kid was on a mission to go somewhere. And at 5 years old, I'm not really thinking he was probably on a mission to go while his father was changing the diaper of his sister. And remember, they were out there searching to 11:30 at night. How far, even if he got lost in the fields, because the fields were grown in then, or they might have just have been, I don't know anything about farming. When do crops, does anyone know when cornfields are harvested? I mean, it's got to be July, August, right? I don't even know. It could be September. So they check the fields. They're running around. They're searching to 11:30 in the morning. The following morning, they've got all those special forces there. And we know they searched the Snake River on the other side at that one little area. And they probably were searching that area because they probably did things like how the current was moving, if he fell in here, how far he would have gotten. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is just more bizarre. And this is not even what he says about, oh, wait, this almost confused me. It's like, please tell us more, J.D. Huff. Tell us more.
PM on the 27th. Earlier in the investigation, we needed assistance in identifying 2 vehicles and 2 pedestrians that were seen in the area around the time of Michael's disappearance. And so you guys need to know that we positively identified the blue Dodge Avenger we were looking for, and the man that we saw jogging in that area. Those have both been identified, vetted, and investigated, and to an end. So the white Honda Pilot, 2016 to 18 Honda Pilot that we have leaving the area at approximately that time, again, we believe that it belongs to a resident, but we haven't quite been able to clear that.
What on God's name can somebody totally, hey Annie, was that even English? Or do we need a translator?
No, I understand what he's saying.
I understand what he's saying too, but hey Nay, explain to me how that you think it might be a possible resident, but this is a year and you cannot figure out who is driving this Pilot. So you have to wonder.
All it would take. Sorry, darling.
No, go ahead.
All it would take is a door knock and say, "Do you own a white Pilot car? Yeah, yes or no. If you do, what's the registration details?" I mean, rocket science.
They've looked at every single white Pilot and who owns that white Pilot in that area. They've already gone through the database. So that says to me that you would probably know who it belonged to, but then he's talking about we're going to need help from out of state. Is it an out of state Pilot? But then how can it belong to one of the residents? That part right there is, he knows something, but he's not saying it. And I don't think he did it. His code was not good in that part.
No, it wasn't.
I need more codes. Hey, Nathan. I'm not understanding the code, JD Huff.
No, we need the decipher, please.
Oh, wait. It gets better.
Okay.
And verify that. So that's kind of still an outstanding for us. The man seen walking through the area of the splash pad of Crestview Park leading up to the time of Michael's disappearance, he's not come forward and he has not been identified. So the man...
Now, real quick, I'm going to show you guys these pictures after the video in case anyone here has not seen them, but then we can see about the static pose of the guy they're looking for. We need video of this man.
As described as a white male adult, late 20s, early 30s. He was seen wearing black shorts, a white t-shirt with cut-off sleeves, dark colored shoes, and a hat. So I need to make it perfectly clear that he is not a suspect, but we need to talk to him so we can determine his whereabouts and see if he witnessed anything that would be helpful in this investigation. So I plan on releasing a photograph of that individual in my Facebook official posting later today. So you'll all have that.
My cat did that.
You need to understand that this is a multifaceted investigation. So many leads are working. Earlier in this investigation. So I plan on releasing a photograph of that individual in my Facebook official posting.
My cat did that, and I was not re-recording it, so.
Hi, kitty.
You need to understand that this is a multifaceted investigation. So many leads are working. We're working many leads at the same time. So some leads are temporarily abandoned as priority leads come in, and that's happened to us on multiple occasions. Once abandoned and we clear the priority leads, then we pick those things right back up and we're working on them again until we can work them.
I mean, nothing for nothing, but he says how many leads have come in. And I'm sorry. But I mean, after this long, the lead should have been taken care of, but it's almost like what do you think? I think he knows something and he's trying to come out with this year, Pressie, but he's trying not to put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Wow, we agree on something. Well,
cheeky.
Yeah, it's almost like, but wait till they, wait. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, my feeling is not off the table. What I've been telling you, what I think happened. I think somebody inside that house knows, and I think it's either grandpa or the father. And I hate to say it, I don't think it was a mean thing, but I think something happened, and that little boy did not leave on his little feet. I think he might have left in a car. But that's my opinion.
I've always thought that.
Okay.
It's a conclusion, right? It takes an intense effort and a lot of work to document all of the leads as they're coming in. And at the conclusion of this investigation, I'm hopeful we'll find the answers. It's important that our case is organized and very strong.
What's up, Elisa?
And we're working on them again until we can work them to conclusion, right? It takes an intense effort and a lot of work to document all of the leads as they're coming in. And at the conclusion of this investigation, I'm hopeful we'll find the answers. It's important that our case is organized and very strong.
That part. Our case is very organized and very strong.
Excuse me.
I mean, it sounds like it sounds like they're still looking at every this and this, but it almost sounds like he's on a plan. Am I wrong?
No, it's kind of it's kind of confusing in some respects. It gives the impression that they're still working on these that they had a year ago, which is quite possible.
Mm-hmm.
But one would think they would have crossed off some T's by now and dotted some I's. But that's not the indication he's giving. He's still saying that we've still got a lot of T's that haven't been crossed off yet.
Hey, Connie.
I personally think if he thought it was the parents, he wouldn't be as calm, cool, and collective around them. I don't think he would be able to.
See,
his demeanor around them wouldn't be.
Hey.
Would be different.
Oh, no, I don't believe that because of the last interview on the body language. Hey, Patty and Pink. Hey, Connie. I'll never forget that. That still sticks to me.
Oh, around Brandy that day.
Mm-hmm.
When they were doing it in the office. Yeah, that was a weird body language vibe.
Absolutely. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. We've got a few more minutes left. And watch, too, at the end when they do pop over and show, what's his name, Tyler?
Yeah, I think it is.
I think so, too.
So I will tell you that this is a criminal investigation. So
there we go.
The majority of our...
Okay. Oh my gosh. That part blew me away. I think I had to rewind that like 5 times. This is the first time that I am hearing that it is a criminal investigation. Yeah. So you have to know that there was some part of foul play. But he's not going to release anything that makes it sound like that. But then listen to what he doesn't rule out. Okay. This is crazy. I found this interview so crazy. I'm like, I think I'm going to have to get a hold like the person that broke the code in the wars and just see, can you decipher this for me?
Investigative efforts just cannot be made public at this time. As members of the community, we agonize with the family, and we've dedicated our resources to bringing Michael home. So we believe the continued distribution of this story will generate more attention and tips that can be investigated by our department and our partners. So anyone having information regarding Michael's disappearance, I would ask you please reach out to us. No tidbit of information is too benign or too obscure. It just helps us process the overall picture. We appreciate the efforts of the community, members of the media partners who keep this case at the forefront by promoting and sharing the story. And we encourage all of you to continue sharing the official poster from the Idaho Missing Persons Clearinghouse. I would like to introduce a new partnership today. It's called the Homeward Bound Program.
This is really cool.
The program was first started by Trooper Renee Padgett with the Washington State Patrol in 2005. She was working with the WSP Commercial Vehicle Division. Trooper Paget worked with.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is like better than having your face on a milk carton back in the 70s. Okay, go ahead, Kaz.
Oh, I just wanted to point out naive folks coming.
Okay.
She says,
can you read it to me? I had to walk to the air and see if I can get a breeze.
Sure. Nay says this case drives her crazy. Nay was in school with Brandy, a few youth groups, and until those leaked phone calls came out, she could finally say, there's the Brandy I know.
Wow, Nay, I never see. This is the one. See, I mean, Kaz and I, like, this is the thing about Kaz and I, is that like the deal. Like, I'm not going to say anything mean about YouTube creators or whatever, but like the Summer Wells, and now we're on to Dylan Rounds, and we're going back to people that work with Jim Brenner back in the 90s, and what kind of drunk was he? Honestly, I don't give a shit about stuff like that. That's why I really don't dig into people's that past unless I'm trying to find a connection to someone who's missing, and we were really just looking for addresses and stuff, right?
Yep.
But now I'm curious, Nate. What phone calls? I've never heard them. I don't go.
I think I know what Nay's speaking about. Is it the ones where she's angry?
I've reached out to Brandy before, and I guess she doesn't like me because I don't know if I completely believe her husband's story or her boyfriend's story. I'll tell you what I would like is I would love to have a body language expert do both of her body languages there, and then these two coming out 3 feet apart, and then they stand there, and it's almost like she had a little circle on the pavement to stand on. They both look down, and you would think that maybe they would speak, right? So let's go ahead and listen. Then I'm going to look at Nay's comments. Yeah, me too, Patty and Pink. I don't do it.
Yeah, Nay says that if they arrest Tyler, she'll burn the place down.
Nay, you can, if you would email us and tell us where we can find those, I would really love to listen to them. If I can find them now, I'd probably play them. Are we ready to move on and finish this interview? Because he's going to tell you. Okay.
Then the Gordon Trucking, with a vision that posters of missing children being displayed on sides of semi-trailers traveling around the country could bring much needed awareness.
How cool is that?
And possibly recovery. With the help of Tanea Parmenter with the Idaho State Police, we've been able to partner with the Homeward Bound program, which will carry Michael's information across the country on semi-trailers. As designed by Trooper Paget, this will expand the exposure of Michael's case on the interstates, highways, and roads of our country, which will bring new leads and potentially help us bring Michael home. We're hoping to have semi-trailers outfitted with Michael's information near the end of August and get those on the road.
Am I the only one that thinks JD Huff is cute?
I would ask anyone with any information
no, I think he's cute.
Tips to findmichael.org. If you are out of state and you have information that you think would help us bring Michael home, I'm encouraging you to contact your local law enforcement team. They will then get in touch with us, and we can start working those leads as they come in. Please share what you have. You can also contact Crime Stoppers at 343-COPS. You can remain anonymous. The reward for the information leading to Michael's safe return has grown to $52,992. This fund has been maintained by the city of Fruitland. It's secure. This will remain in place until Michael comes home. I just ask that you continue to pray for Michael, for strength for his family, and the steadfast.
Hey, Moonshadow. Hey, Jess. Okay, how did you like that? Continue to pray for his family. It's not even a look over his shoulder, and it's just kind of like he does his thumb over his shoulder.
Yeah, that was weird. He normally, in the beginning, he used to always look over.
JD Huff's body language says a lot, but he will look over eventually. But let's just go ahead and... Can I borrow that yellow tape, Kaz?
Yeah, I've got some in my drawer.
Okay.
Resolved with those who are working to bring him home. Thank you for standing firm with Michael's family and our continued law enforcement efforts. So with that, we'll stand for a few questions. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, we can't hear the question, but he'll pretty much wrap it up for us.
You know, I would tell you that people like to deal in absolutes, and there's nothing.
Kaz, you know what? He actually looks like your husband a little bit.
I know. I was just going to say that. It looks like Ross.
I mean, I bet you that's what Ross looked like, what, 10 years ago?
No, actually, Ross had 10 years ago. Ross's beard was actually dark, but
okay. Well, I'm saying like the face, the eyes,
yeah,
the shape. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Ross. I'm just sitting here thinking, damn, he kind of looks like Kaz's
Ross on that.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
About this case that is an absolute. So we will continue to investigate all aspects and all avenues in this case. And, you know, as I've said before, the family continues to be extremely cooperative and working with our investigation. And so, yeah, I mean, that's just kind of where we're at.
So the family's being cooperative and this and that. No longer, he doesn't give a look over at them. And yeah, don't look at chat, Patty. Just drive safe. He has funky teeth. I can't get past that.
I didn't even look at his teeth. His
shadow.
eyes I look at.
His eyes are definitely. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anymore. I might upset. I might upset people. But right there too, I forgot what he even said. It's so hot. I think my brain is cooking. Right here. Let me go back a little bit. One sec.
So we will continue to investigate all aspects and all avenues in this case. And, you know, as I've said before, the family continues to be extremely cooperative and working with.
Why is he shaking his head no when he says that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
With our investigation. And so.
The shrug of the shoulders. I mean, guys, listen. Kaz, when I watched her come out and plead for her son's return, no, you know what? Maybe she doesn't exactly know what happens, or she thinks she might know, or something happened. I don't know. But he's shrugging. He's going back and forth with the no. He's not even making contact when he mentions the family. And you would honestly think that before he asked questions, he would have probably brought the family up to say something. They don't say anything, Kaz. Not a word. Okay, here we go.
Extremely cooperative and working with our investigation. And so, yeah, I mean, that's just kind of where we're at.
You previously said back in November that there's a strong likelihood that he was abducted. Is there anything you can say that would share with us that led you to that conclusion?
Tristan, you know, due to the number of searches with trained teams and the acreages searched, that is the reason why, and without success, that is the reason why we, you know, there's a possibility or a higher probability of abduction. That's what led us to that. Again, you know, as we continue to work through this thing, there are still no absolutes. So when I say everything's on the table, it's still on the table. Okay. You know, we're looking into that. But I think, like I said, you know, these leads and what we're doing, it's happening at the same time. So, yes, we're looking into friends and family close to the Vaughans. You know, we're looking into that. But I think, like I said, you know, these leads and what we're doing, it's happening at the same time. So, yes, we're looking into friends.
I am telling you, his body language says it all right there on that hand gesture, looking at the friends and the family. We're not making contact again, and there is nothing off the table. Okay, let's just get through this and then we can talk about it. Okay.
and family close to the Vaughans, and we're looking outside as well. Yes, it has. So, there's a number of theories. And as a matter of fact, we develop many theories throughout the week as well. And so once we develop those theories, plausible situations, then we vigorously get after that. And so I certainly don't want to discourage any information that's coming into the Fruitland Police Department, because the leads have been, we're over 1,000 leads now, and we have to have that. I mean, I believe that, in the midst of that, there's going to be that tidbit of information that breaks this case and helps us bring him home. So.
That being said, do you think that the last press conference we had with November, do you think that not being able to release as much information as the public would like, or as much information that this case warrants, that led to people coming up with these theories?
Yeah, I think it could be. But you also need to understand that we have an obligation, and in order to keep our case organized and strong when this thing is concluded.
He says it on a second time. In order to keep our case organized and strong.
Concluded, it's important that we hold that information close, at least at this point, right? There'll be a time for that, for public disclosure, and right now it just isn't.
That's going to piss me off. He is so talking in code. I wish I could hear that guy's comment. Like, I feel like getting a hold and finding out who asked him that. But that there will come a time to show whatever that man said, public disclosure, and there will come a time for that.
Yeah. I'm pressing my earphones into my head to try and hear, and it's not working.
I'll go up to 100, guys. Watch your ears. But it's on. I totally believe, and I'm going to say this straight out, I do not believe. I think after the searches they done, the garbage cans, the sheds, the houses, the ones who didn't let them on the property or weren't around, they got the warrants, 3,000 acres. I do not believe for 1 minute that J.D. Huff thinks for 1 second that little boy walked out and wandered completely out of that neighborhood and he just got lost somewhere.
No.
And like I say, what are the odds, unless somebody was stalking him out and just knew that exactly 6:40 that night that he was going to walk out of the house while his dad was changing his little sister's diaper, and then just drive up and put him in the car. And you've got all of these cams and the address neighbor with the cam and all that, and nobody saw anything. Unless that's what he can't disclose, but I don't believe that either.
So that's the reason for my hesitancy to put out updates, because we are in the daily work of this investigation, and it's daily. Mm-hmm. So while it's certainly not a distraction, if I have significant information that needs to be passed, then I'll get it out there to you. But I just, we're just working this thing on a daily basis. So.
Is there anything you can say about persons of interest in this case? How many persons of interest?
I'm not going to really get into too deep on the persons of interest, but I will tell you there are multiple.
Oh, I can't take it. Hang on, I gotta stop. I'm sorry, guys. I know there's only 5 minutes left, but I gotta look at comments for a minute. I gotta breathe. Let me see what Nay's saying. Hang on 1 second. Far from a stepdaddy. Patty and Pink. Yeah, I feel like the police know far more than they say. There are so many cameras around there. The neighbors have them. The splash pads, cams right there. Doesn't make sense. I agree, Nay, because I have spoken to the neighbor that lives at the corner where Michael Vaughan used to go over and visit. She's got cams. The neighbor across the street has a cam. When you go down that one road, when you're walking, if you go down 9th Street and you make a right just before the cornfields or whatever fields they are, and then you make a left where that guy's seen walking towards like where that highway would be, where you could just get on the highway and leave. That whole entire back wall, there's like 7 cams that I saw on people's houses in the back of their yards. Hey, we got Chisme Patrol.
Hold on, you miss.
Hey, sweetie.
Well, Kaz, wait, I think, Chisme, why don't you finish? Are you live right now?
Yes, I'm trying to.
Okay, finish your live and then come back up when you're done and we're going to play your video.
Okay.
Because we're almost done with this, and then we'll just play your video and you can talk to us about it. Okay? Or you can stay up here and just let us finish this part. Okay? Okay. Yeah, we're too close, Chisme. One sec, babe.
Are there any people interviewed or searched that have been non-cooperative?
Yeah, there have been.
You know, I want to say this, guys, and before I forget, this has nothing to do with this case, and I'm probably just like so hot that I don't even know what's going on anymore. But also, the reason the people like that are going after the cases, like, and they don't follow Michael Vaughan, or no one's talking about Anna White that went missing from Queens, a nurse. I mean, with an unbelievable education background. You can't even imagine her background.
Oh, yeah.
She's missing. We've got Michelle Bernstein Schultz, that I'll be honest, she's been gone for a while, and I'm getting a little bit nervous that maybe she did hurt herself. You've got Chrissy Powell, which is not really getting too much. But what seems to me is that if you can't dig into shit and bullshit in their background with a criminal past, or screwing someone with money, or having a lien against something, or doing, I mean, we've all had a part in our life where you couldn't pay a credit card bill, or you couldn't do this, or maybe someone drank for a while, or somebody did pain pills for a while. I mean, shit, I've spent 7 days in jail because I dropped a friend off at a state correctional institution in Florida, and they found weed on the boyfriend 2 weeks later. They arrested me at work right in front of my clients. I was so embarrassed. 7 days I was in jail. I'll show you guys my mugshot. It's actually pretty cute. But so things happen in people's lives. But what I don't get, and what I will not do unless it's involved with a case that I'm working on, like I'm telling you, I'm going to dig so deep into Heather Cannon that they are going to hate Kaz and I when we are done with these people. Oh, wait till you know the new information I've got, Kaz. Wait. We might have to go. We might have to go live tonight. But
Okay.
and that's it. I can't agree with that. I don't care if a man from 1990 worked with Jim. I don't really honestly care if Dylan's mom had a boob job. I don't care if Don's an alcoholic and Candace is an alcoholic. What I care about is where the child is, finding the facts and going with, like, it's almost like they're like vultures eating something dead in the street, and you just keep on milking it and milking it. And what is it really doing?
Nothing.
It's making a big ball of hate and drama. I mean, we're not going to find Dylan like that. We're not going to find Summer like that.
No.
But I will tell you what, remember what I told you from day one, that flute player?
Yes. Yes.
I'm telling you. Okay. But I'm saying, it's like, stop doing that shit. I would honestly rather have 30, 20, 40 people that care about what's going on and trying to find out where in the F our children are going. We have a 15-year-old girl that went back to Texas to hang out for a little bit, blah, 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 and she's just missing. Her mother doesn't seem to care. We don't know which her father is, doesn't seem to care. But I'll tell you what, I've really taken a liking to Heather Cannon. And she reminds me so much of my best friend Heather growing up, that I'm not going to stop with her. Like, they are really probably going to hate me. And I'm probably going to go see Chisme as soon as I move into the apartment, and they're really going to hate me. Okay. Now they're going to show them. Grandpa does look
Without
cool,
getting
though.
into too much detail, I would tell you properties, vehicles, electronic devices, everything you think we would be serving search warrants on, more than likely we've served search warrants on. So.
And then you mentioned there were multiple persons of interest on there.
No.
Can you tell us a little bit about your daily efforts on this case? What the day-to-day look like here?
So our day-to-day efforts start with an intelligence briefing first thing in the morning. We go over aspects of the case and current leads that we're working to try to develop new strategies. We pull in our partners from the FBI and the Idaho State Police, and we start with a direction for that day, and every day starts the same. But I will tell you, it has been this way since the day Michael went missing, right? We do the same thing every day, and
I don't
it's
believe
intense.
that.
And so we're able to clear a lot of leads that way. We're making a lot of progress, working through the data, and like we have been from the beginning, that's kind of where I'll leave that at.
I think he's onto something.
Okay.
We haven't. Although I know there are some similarities, such as the Summer Wells case, but we just haven't been able to tie that to.
Now, if you couldn't hear him, he's asking about if this could be related or if there's been other abductions like this. Now,
Yeah.
I looked in Fruitland, Idaho, and I don't think there's ever been. Yeah, I think this is a first for them.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That case. So.
But it was cute that he mentioned Summer Wells. Thank you, JD Huff.
All right. Well, if I don't have any more
okay,
questions,
watch to the right.
Really, again, you guys, I appreciate you.
Watch Mama.
You guys have been phenomenal. My local media outlets, I can't thank you enough.
She does look like she lost
awesome.
a little weight.
So I appreciate you.
Yes.
And, we'll keep after it. My intent, just so you guys know, is once we get the word on our Homeward Bound program and when those trucks are going to be outfitted, that we'll set up another time that we can do an
just
unveiling
talking to each
truck
other.
with Michael's information. Maybe bring you guys
hand
out
in
at that
the pocket,
again, just to
looking down,
view the truck, and we'll get something out to the public when it comes to that as well. So, but again, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you. So.
He doesn't even look at him.
Oh, watch. Gonna hold hands now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad for her. She has definitely lost some weight.
Look at her arms. They're very, very
yeah,
thin.
her arms. Yeah, her arms. I can't imagine losing a child. And she was at work.
Yeah.
But him, Kaz, from day one, he has rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted you guys to see them walk. Now watch. I should have recorded at the very end. They drop it when they get around that little thing.
They drop their hands.
She's getting thin, Leslie. Absolutely. Okay, so. Okay, now there was a rumor, and I'm convinced that he's onto something. I believe that it's a criminal case now. I believe that he's got people in mind because he's not going to release it. There's nothing off limits to family, outside the family. You cannot convince me that that child walked out of that house at the exact same time that somebody drove by and said, hey, let's kidnap that kid, with nothing being seen. So let me show you the picture real quick of the guy they're looking for and the Honda Pilot. I didn't have Kaz distracting me today, so I totally had my pictures up and everything. I was on time.
Well, I'll step away and you can take it on your own from now on.
Okay, let me find the picture. Here's the Pilot. Something tells me that what are your guys' thoughts? I feel bad for Brandy too. She was at work, but what are the phone calls that Nay is speaking of, and who is the babysitter? I think it's time that we start digging into this. I've never dug hard. I just stay with the facts, what the police department says on this, and pray that the family has nothing to do with it. But I've always told Kaz what I honestly think. I think Tyler was busy. I don't know if it was with the baby's diaper or the babysitter. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm not accusing him or saying it is, but I just feel that there was more of a distraction that kept him away. Do I feel that something happened to Michael outside of the house or he wandered off? No. I don't even think JD Huff believes that. I think that maybe there is no girlfriend. Maybe it was just him and his father. Maybe something happened to him inside the house. But why not just call the police and say, "Oh my God"? Unless you don't want them to find out who you were with. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Honda Pilot in question. And let me find the man walking on this very blurry photo. And you know, too, he holds a special place with me because of his name being Monkey. All of the cases that Kaz and I file mean something. We don't care about the riffraff. If it doesn't relate to people around the people at the present time and what we need to do to find out what kind of people were around, especially Heather Cannon, then we're going to have to look at backgrounds and criminal records. But just to go and just do that to people and keep running with it, and who does anyone honestly care that Jim Brenner was a drunk in the 90s? We all know that he did something to Dylan. The question is, was Chase Venstra involved?
Yeah.
It's simple. Hey, Razor. Hey, Connie. I feel bad for the fact that because see, with Brandy, I don't know if I feel bad. She's a mother and her kid is missing. That I feel bad. But what I don't know is that if she knows that an accident happened and with the father in the house, or he fell or something, I don't know, or if he was the room. I've heard somebody get a hold of me in an email and tell me that he was having an affair with the babysitter. So do I know that's true? Absolutely not. Have I come out and said, oh, I know for a fact he was sleeping with the babysitter? You know, he fell down and banged his head and he ended up deceased and they took him out and hid him because they didn't want the family to find out they were having an affair? No. But I think about that. I'm not going to lie. Yes, I agree, Patty. Like we know what happened. Like why are we continuing to dig into like the just it's now the people that did it, I believe, are in custody. So I'll wait for that, and I'm gonna agree. I told Kaz I thought she was gonna choke me. I listened to Candace Cooley's interview the other day, and I'm gonna agree. I agreed with everything she said, and that's exactly how I've always felt before anything. I'm not gonna be a part of a circus and go bash people over and over and over again, and I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
Nay. Yes. See, I got an email, Nay. I got an email from one of those emails. Have you guys ever received an email that came from like a incognito website that sends emails? And you
No.
get it, but it's like yeah, it's like an email. An email came like over a website, and it was like an email, and somebody was telling me that he was having an affair with the babysitter and that she was there the day that Michael went missing. Because I don't think that Michael Vaughan. Let's go have a look at the neighborhood.
Yes.
And then Chisme, yeah, I want to finish up with Michael, and then I definitely want to see where Chisme went today, because Chisme found something that was very disturbing this morning. Like she actually thought that she found a dead body, and she found something that was dead. It was pretty disturbing. Let's go have a look real quick at Michael Vaughan's area. So what did you get out of Kaz? What I got out of that was there's multiple people of interest. The family and the close friends are not ruled out. I do not believe that JD thinks for 1 minute that he got out that night and the 3,000 acres they searched that they probably would have found him.
Oh, I agree with that. And what I also found was that slip of, what he said, the conclusion at the beginning of the presser. That was an extremely unusual word to use.
Exactly.
And then narrowing down that window from, to 6:40, that 20-minute window. They definitely know something. They wouldn't narrow it down to 20 minutes if they didn't have something concrete to narrow it down with.
All right, let me just find it. I am going off complete memory of this address right now. I'm trying. Let me see. No, it's 9th Street. I wasn't sure if it was northwest or southwest, but we'll figure it out. I'll know exactly where it is once I see the neighborhood.
Yeah, your cursor automatically goes to that, doesn't it?
Sometimes it's scary. Okay, let's go to his little neighborhood real quick. Got to find the crop so I can lead the path. Okay.
You've even got it
But
pinned.
I think, you know what the deal is, what I go by is that little retaining pond. Where is that little retaining pond? There's the Snake River. Oh, here it is, right here. This is what I always go by because I'm like, did they check that? Remember?
Yeah, we used to talk about the algae.
Yeah. So 9th Street. So his house is right here. That's pretty scary that I like can totally just go to this. Look at that. There I am. Wait, I might be off one house, guys. Hang on.
Down 2.
I'm off. It's right here.
Yeah.
Wait.
Down.
Let's make sure. Definitely not that one.
No.
And it's like the third house from the end of the street. So we got to go down a little further. It's the neighbor at the end that Michael used to go visit, and she lived. Oh, there it is. This is the house. But this is okay. Remember Michael's neighbor that was sitting on the porch talking about Michael used to come over and visit her. She lives right here. I have spoken to her. This is a 2021 street view the month after Michael went missing. She has cameras. Okay. There's cameras on this house. There's Kaz and I have looked. There's cameras everywhere. And if I was not mistaken, I do not think there was one right across the street. Like I didn't even see a ring cam. But this is Michael's house. Right here. And there's Brandy's. Is that Brandy's car, Nay? I think someone said it was actually Brandy's car. Yeah. So this is where he went missing, 911. See the blue light from Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. So the man that's walking, I believe, the one that was walking by the splash pad, this is the road I believe they caught the white pilot on. Somewhere on this road. And there's cameras everywhere. Kaz and I have done this route and looked in the backyard.
So many times.
It's insanity. So that's where we are with Michael Vaughan. I think he said a lot today. And now I'm going to start digging into finding out who this girlfriend is. Hey, Sassafras. Yeah, there's no way that little boy, unless they're not telling us, but I can't believe that if they thought for 1 second that he wandered off and he was lost in a field that at the beginning and they saw him on a cam, that they would not have said that we saw him leaving the house. I'm just not buying it.
No.
I believe he was taken out of that house. And who was there, supposedly? Tyler and his father and the baby sister.
Correct.
Yeah, Sass, we watched the presser, and it's it says a lot.
It does.
So I'm going to look into those phone calls, see what I can find, and now I'm going to try to figure out who the babysitter is. Because I'm convinced now that Michael did not leave. After the interview, JD basically confirmed in my mind, I don't know what happened, but he confirmed in my mind that I don't believe that he ever thought for a minute that they were looking for Michael out in the fields or in irrigation pipes or the Snake River.
Maybe in the beginning, but not.
You're right. The first week, you're right. You and I, you know me, I was nuts. I called every single irrigation company around that surrounding area. I asked them the depth, what kind of water it was. I mean, they were really nice too. We did that. We pulled the irrigation plans, where he could have fallen in. We pulled the Snake River, how far he would have went into the first dam he would have gotten to. Like, we investigated that. But then the day that we went on the road trip through the neighborhood to check out the cameras to the splash pad, right then, that's when I was like, no, this boy never left his house on foot. So, Chisme.
I'll let you and Chisme run the rest of it. I need another coffee to wake up.
Well, I'm not even sure Chisme's here.
Oh, she's muted
We might.
anyway.
Well, we can always drop the link into. Nay, can you email me, hun? I'll put it in the chat so that Kaz and I can call you, and we will call you. Okay, I wanted to mention something. Did anybody hear about the little autistic boy that went missing in the car? I think Ickmeld played it for a little bit. I was watching the mom's Facebook page yesterday for a little bit. So some little autistic boy, I think he's 14 or 12, and he was living in a residential home. Let me find his mother's Facebook page. Hang on a second. Until Chisme answers. If not, Kaz, can you do me one favor? I'm going to go ahead and let Chisme. Why don't you just go ahead and drop Chisme's link to that video, because we're probably going to do a little hour live tonight, because I have a lot of new information on Heather Cannon. And I'm going to say I do not think Gerald Whiteley is dead. I'll just say that.
She's live again. That's why.
Oh, is she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you search history in Facebook? Is there I'm so horrible at Facebook. Oh my gosh. Hang on, guys. I was going to make a video about it, but then I saw Ickmil was live about it, so I let it go, but I did record. I want to show you guys something. There she is. Okay, let me share my screen. I don't know if he was found yet, so if he was, I guess nope. I just saw something saying he was still. I want you guys. She was handcuffed by the police for looking for her child. Hang on a second. Sandra Lauer. Let me go ahead and drop this into the comments. I am, Razor. I am. So Sandra Lauer, I haven't even looked at what state she lives in, but she says 31 minutes ago, we are still looking for Austin, y'all. Come home, Austin. You know you miss jamming. So real quick, before I show you the video of him, now I'm going to show you something. So she goes live the other night, and her daughter, they believe they know where the child is. And they believe that someone took the child. He was in a residential home. I do not know all the facts, but he was in a residential home. He left, and they believed that he got into this car right here. Can you guys see this?
Yep, I can.
Okay. He believes that this is the car that he got in. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't have time to get into this story between Michelle and now Heather Cannon. And I definitely left a message for Chrissy Powell's mom this morning on Facebook, and I think it was her cell phone, but who knows whose it was. So then this is where she believes. So she believes she knows where she's at. And I'm not going to play all of this. So yesterday, her and her daughter go looking around this neighborhood, putting up posters. Hang on. I'm horrible at Facebook. And I'm not going to make it bigger because I don't want to have
on
to
Facebook
fix
Live.
the stream. Oh, God, I'm horrible at this. So I'm just going to go through real fast and just where she's talking to the neighbor. This isn't the arrest one. This is prior.
I know, because she smells them.
And she believes that her son is at this house right now in this neighborhood. She doesn't talk a lot, but I want you to hear when one of the
We're just going to knock on doors and see if we can hang things in people's
trees.
On people's trees and stuff.
So he was living at a residential home. He left a residential home. She believes that.
Hello. My name is Sandra. My son has been missing for 6 days. We believe he's being held in that house right there. Can I hang a missing poster on your tree?
On a tree? Here, let me take it. I'll get it on there.
I sure appreciate it, sir. Thank you. If you guys see him, the police number is down at the bottom, or if you call your local Sandusky number, they both are well aware. We're waiting to get a warrant, but the prosecutor's dragging their feet. But we do know he's in that house. He is dangerous to him. Yes. He is a danger to himself. Yes. He is a danger to himself. He is not on medication. He's on the spectrum. He has behavioral issues. He was supposed to be in residential. He got kicked out of residential because he became a liability. He has not been on his meds for 6 days now.
Shit.
Oh. Yes, ma'am. And I'm his mother.
Looks familiar. I think I might have seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep an eye out.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, I'm not going to play all of this, guys. I gave you the links if you want to check it out, but I do want to show you where. Okay. This is where they watch. She's going to get handcuffed. Why?
Because I can't yell for my son.
And her poor daughter.
Hey! Record! Hey! Why are you talking to my mom? We didn't do nothing but yell for my brother's name. Why are you arresting her? I wasn't. Stop! My dog! I wasn't. I didn't do anything! I didn't do anything!
Okay, honestly, guys, that's too much for me. This little girl is so young. She has a major anxiety attack. They ended up not arresting her. And they ended up letting, I guess, her go. But just because she was yelling for her son.
That's ludicrous.
So this is 35 minutes ago. I have not heard this, guys. It's 21 minutes. I guess they're just jamming. Oh, okay. Aww.
That's the son, isn't it? The son must have got him.
Yeah, well, this is before he went missing, obviously. And
sorry.
he writes, "We are still looking for Austin, y'all. Come home, Austin. You know you missed jamming." So they're showing him. Look at him. Aw. Sad. It's sad. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I want to share one more girl that went missing in San Antonio. 14 years old.
There's been a lot happening in San Antonio lately.
That's what I said on the Facebook post. And it is right. Where did she go? Right here. We miss you. We want you home. San Antonio family pleads. And see, it's not going to open. I'll just give you a basic rundown real quick. Let me see. Stop sharing. I know you guys like a visual. I like a visual.
It's on Ken's 5 if you're looking for it.
I got it. So we miss you. We want to have you in our home. San Antonio pleads for the return. San Antonio Police Department is requesting the help of public in the disappearance of 14-year-old Hope Ogle. Ogle went missing on Monday morning. Her family hasn't been able to reach her. For her mother, Kara, her sister, Reese, it's been... And it's just keeping moving with the screen, but... let me see what it says. Hope is outgoing, loving, kind. Oh, let me go ahead and share this flyer. Hang on. And then we're going to wrap it up. Because I have a lot to tell you, Kaz. You're going to... Oh, my cam doesn't work on my laptop. Hang on. I was going to stick my tongue at you. So, let me blow this up real quick. Pretty girl. I hope that she's not in the hands of being put into a hotel and, oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. But Chisby is already getting in hold with the family to find out if she might have ran away or has a boyfriend or something like that. So she's outgoing, loving, kind, fiercely loyal girl. Reese said one of the things she admires about her sister is her boldness. She's just her. She's just so her, and she's just unapologetic. Hope was last seen July 18th. She has green eyes, brown hair, shoulder-length hair, with a nose piercing and scars on her forearms. So that tells me that she might have been a cutter. She also has a medical condition. So the morning of Hope's disappearance, she left a note for her family telling them she would be going away and not to worry. However, by 8 p.m. still hadn't returned, and Kara called the police. Well, that to me sounds like she's going away. She's like on a vacation away. So prior to her disappearance, Hope had gotten into trouble with her mother and was going to be grounded, typical teenage things. No blow up, no crazy argument, Kara said. Now Kara is trying to keep hope as she continues to worry about her daughter. So her cell phone was pinged to, the West Side neighborhood is the last place that Hope's cell phone was pinged to, but her family says they're not sure why that would be. The ping happened at around 3:30 p.m. Wednesday to a home near Brandy Ridge in Hardesty. So, but as far as Kara knows, Hope had never been in this area before. Police told the old gay family the address didn't turn up any new leads. So, guys, we've got this one missing. She is pretty.
Isn't she pretty? Beautiful eyes.
Yeah. Yes, she is. So I don't know about the scars on her forearms. I mean, she could have been a cutter. That letter to me, like, I'm going away, don't worry about me. To me, it didn't sound like she was coming home for dinner in her mind. But like I said, I don't know. And that's it. Okay. That's my thoughts on Michael Vaughan. And Anna White needs to be talked about more. And let's see what happens with this little 14-year-old. Hope she didn't meet some guy that told her he was going to buy her Louis Vuitton and Chanel, and now she's sitting at a Motel 6 on some type of drugs.
Oh, I hope not.
All right, guys. Oh, it's starting to pour. Okay, guys, it's raining. I'm going to go take a shower now.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming in. Stay safe, and guys, stay vigilant and keep your baby safe. Kaz, I'm going to call you. I got to run to the store real quick.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you, Nate. Email us, Nate. We'll give you a call tonight after 9 p.m.